In this video, I'm going to bring you through the exact LTV optimization strategies that 7 and 8 figure brands use to get to 7 and 8 figures in the first place, okay? And if you don't know what LTV is, it stands for lifetime value of a customer. Essentially, how long do customers stay with you and how much do they spend? If you can optimize this one important KPI, you can bring your business to that next level, okay? With no further ado, let's get right into the video. Before we get any further into the video, I want to go through a very, very important statement that will literally, hopefully, perhaps change the perspective of how you build an e-commerce business. And this is the exact mindset that 7 and 8 figure businesses, just like this one that you're seeing over here, think. And look, this is a client, I'm showing you this just so you understand the level and type of client that we're able to work with and that we're used to working with. This is just a client that we scale from like, $3, $4, $5,000 a day to essentially $20,000, $30,000 a day in sales, which brought them eventually to an 8-figure run rate company, okay? And so the only way to get here eventually is, of course, you need to be great at advertising. Of course, you need to be good at creative and everything. That's a given, or else you wouldn't be able to scale to $100,000 a month, right? That's a given. But to get to that next level, you need to be a master of optimizing your sales process and your entire operation as a business to make sure that customers stick with you more and spend more, right? Because as I write in the statement that is introductory, I would say, that is super crucial and important, is that the brands that win are the brands that are able to spend the most to acquire a customer and still be insanely profitable. Think about that just for a second. If you are able to spend more for a customer compared to your competitor, you will win over them because you're willing to spend more, which they wouldn't, to acquire a customer, because you know that in the lifetime value or in the LTV within the next 3, even 2 weeks, whatever, heck, if you have a good process, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, whatever the KPI is, you know that this customer is going to spend more, which will justify the higher acquisition cost. So if you keep this in mind and you fully build a process, and I'm going to go through a couple things here. I have a bunch of different concepts to cover, so make sure to stick until the end. If you can build a process that will allow you to optimize this LTV metric, you will win. Okay, everybody thinks about how can I decrease my cost per click? Like those things are important, don't get me wrong. That's perhaps to get to your first million. But once you get to that next level, you want to focus on LTV. How can we allow customers to stay within our website more, add to cart, add our upsells and downsells to cart, retain customers through email marketing? I'm going to go through all of these things more in depth. But if you start thinking about LTV, you will start building a much more valuable company, right? And so you will beat all of the rest of your competition. That's my point. So let's talk about some tricks and things that most customers or most e-commerce brands that are already doing multi 7 and 8 figures in revenue per year on their online store, what are they doing? What are the things that are they actually focusing on and optimizing? I'm going to bring you through some 4 or 5 concepts, and then I'm going to dive deeper. And also stick with me because I'm going to show you some real life examples on my Chrome tabs that I have open over here. I'm going to show you some real life examples of what I mean based on what I'm sharing over here. So sell more upfront. So essentially what we want to do is that we want to find a mechanism where we increase perceived value and we justify the higher price that we're charging. And so what they're doing over here, which is working very, very well, and this is a company called, I forgot what they're called. Where they're essentially doing great offers where they stack perceived value, they cut the price, and of course they're not really discounting too much. It's a strategic way of doing these bundles, and they're essentially selling solutions, full-on solutions, like the donut shave kit, right? Body butter collection, right? So what we want to do is that we want to sell solutions, not necessarily like a random bundle of products. It's way easier to sell a solution rather than just like one product or just a random products all put together with a non-interesting bundle or whatever. So it has to have some sort of purpose and solution to it, right? So in this case, they're doing this shave set. And so what they're allowing to do is that they're charging more. What this allows them to do, again, is to increase their AOV. And if they increase their AOV, they're able to spend more to acquire a customer. And so this is just one trick. And as you can see, they're getting very, very creative with offers. And they're testing multiple offers. They're also testing subscription to see what it would do to their front end. But they're also doing things like this, where you get this, and that, and then you get a bunch of freebies, right? Just for $90 instead of $197, right? So they're basically doing as much as as possible to increase that perceived value so that people can justify the higher price, and they're gonna pay that ticket. Once again, this is super powerful. This is the first thing that I would focus on if you're just right in the trenches and trying to scale your business. Focus on this, and this is the reason why I wanted to speak about this in the first place. It's the thing that will allow you to have the biggest impact immediately, bump up your ROAS so that you can bump up your ROAS to spend more and spend more profitably. So this is the first thing that's super important if you haven't done that before. Next thing is literally optimizing the entire sales process to optimize more revenue being generated per customer and per visitor. And so what they do, what Boom by Cindy Joseph does, which is a $30-40 million per year brand, is that they're super smart at upselling and downselling. So this is their journey, right? So they have an advertorial, whatever. Then they redirect people to the product page, whatever, great. They collect all their emails. This is super important because we want to retarget people. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But then what they do that is super strategic, let me zoom in, is that as they click add to cart, they're going to go to their cart page, and they're going to start upselling consumers these products that are literally complementary based and targeted based on the decision of their cart. So if I put the Boomstick Trio to the cart, I'm going to see X product. If I put Boomstick Trio Variation 2 or whatever, or product number 5, I will see another product and another upsell or another bump, right? Let's call this order bump or pre-purchase upsell. And you can use apps like One-Click Upsell by Zipify Pages, which is recommended by us, and we use basically for the majority of our clients. And so what they do is that as they click checkout, they're basically interrupted with this 5-second kind of thing over here that shows up, and then they can, as you can see here, accept the order or decline the order. And what I love about this is that it gives you like the opportunity to showcase the upsell on the product, and by also writing a quick description or snippet of the product so people actually know what it is and what they're upselling. And I love this a lot because it's a decline the offer or add to order, super simple, straightforward. Doing this along with other things, which I'm going to show you, is going to allow you to increase the AOV, right? And at the same time, lifetime value of a customer, because if people pay more upfront, even if they don't buy later, you're still increasing LTV, right? If you think about it, right? So, and then at the end of the day, what they do is that they go from here, they can decline or accept the offer, they go to checkout, and then they essentially see 3 other offers, which is what I love, that they do very well. And then the first offer is essentially an upsell, which is just a complementary product based, once again, based on what they bought or just bought. And what I like to do, if you don't know what to do, is essentially if they bought product 1, just offer more of product 1 in quantities and at a discount. And if the product is not meant for you, for one single person, for use it like 5 times, meaning if like I don't need this case 3 other times, right? Then you can do like an offer where it's like for friends and family or something like that, where it makes more sense, right? If they accept this offer, you show them another upsell, which is typically something that is even more expensive with higher savings. And if they say no to the first upsell, you show them a downsell. So either way, a downsell is something that is less expensive. So if they say no to the offer, we don't just want to have them leave and say, okay, bye-bye. We give it another opportunity to make another sale with another product. And so what ends up happening is that either way, or they end up seeing either these 2 offers or these 2 offers. And then based on if they say yes or no here or yes or no here, it doesn't matter. They go to the thank you page, and then there you can actually start doing conversion mechanisms to allow them and give them the incentive to come back and buy more through like a discount on a second order or something like that. You can be very creative. What they do is that they have like a thank you video with the summary of their order or whatever, and then they have recommended products over here on the bottom, which is very good. So this is the first thing that you should do. These are the first 2 things that you should do to optimize your entire AOV and of course at the same time LTV of your product, of your store, of your business. Sell more upfront and optimize your sales process so that you have pre-purchase upsells and post-purchase one-click upsells. And by the way, these are instantaneous. So as soon as they go from here, instead of going from checkout to thank you page over here, we add these extra steps in the funnel. And what this app does is that it essentially freezes checkout for 20 minutes. And so even if people just leave in the middle of this page, after 20 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever the case may be, the order still goes through, so you don't lose it. Okay. Next thing is email marketing. What I want to share over here is a very important kind of overview of email marketing. And I've already gone through a couple things over here already in other videos, but essentially this is the entire sales process that I just actually explained. And so what we want to do here is basically capture all these people as much as possible, so that we can generate revenue from them eventually. And so this is very, very straightforward. I'm not going to go into the principles of email marketing, but 8-figure companies generate 25 to 30%, 20 to 25 to 30% of revenue just from email marketing alone. And why is this important to LTV? Well, if you can capture information and then remarket to these people, it's of course almost guaranteed that we will be able to increase revenue per customer in the lifetime value of 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 12 months, whatever the case may be. And there's also a specific flow for post-purchase flows over here that are specifically engineered to go back and upsell customers, or maybe send emails to subscribers that were not really engaged, and then we can re-engage them, right? And you can do the same thing with customers. If you notice that customer spent once and didn't spend again, you can do the same type of campaign. So all of this is engineered to increase revenue per subscriber and per customer. And this is part of the equation when it comes to LTV. If you want in-depth videos of how we actually set all of this up, you can go explore my other YouTube videos where I talk about more in depth about email marketing. But all of this is absolutely necessary. And if there's one thing that I want to talk about that 8-figure companies do, of course, is send emails, 2 to 3 emails every single week consistently, and make sure that these emails are super well segmented, right? If you can segment your emails, you're only going to send emails to relevant people that are actually interested in the email that you're sending. And once again, all these things are conversion mechanisms that increase LTV. And if you can increase LTV, guess what you can do? You can spend more to acquire a customer. This is really, really important. Okay, so this is actually this is one really, really important fundamental of this of the entire e-commerce equation. Okay, so let me just go back over here. Let's talk about building VIP reward programs. This is really, really important. If you can imagine a process where you promote and spend thousands of dollars every single month to get a customer to buy from you, that's great. If it's profitable, it's great. But what if you can find a way, in a strategic way, to engage this customer again so that it can promote more and more and more on your behalf without extra advertising dollars? And so what these two brands are doing, these are like 8-figure brands, if not 9-figure brands, is that they're essentially pushing reward programs. So like you see, join the club, referral program, how to earn, how to spend. They're essentially gamifying this entire their entire Shopify store, and they're also rewarding people that refer to people, other customers, right? So having this reward program allows you to automatically generate more revenue without spending extra dollars, which is not directly related to LTV. My next thing that I want to talk about is super exciting, building communities. Stick with me for just a second. But this building a VIP reward program is not directly related to LTV. It doesn't really increase lifetime value of a customer, but it adds more customers to your, it's like a flywheel effect, right? You bring on one, and then this one customer refers 3 other people, and out of these 3 people, one becomes a customer, and then it's like a flywheel effect, and it repeats and repeats and repeats, and it's also word of mouth, right? It's incentivized word of mouth because they're giving referrals, etc. So we've seen this all over the world. I don't need to explain this concept, but start thinking about reward programs will get you to the next level in terms of word of mouth and acquiring new customers for free, almost for free, right? Because you're giving them a reward. Either way, one last thing that I want to talk about here is building communities. This funnel is, I really love this, and we're implementing this for a couple of our clients, and it's working really, really, really well. And so this Brotherhood Facebook group that you're seeing is actually from a company called, there it is, this is the company. So livebearded.com. They have thousands of reviews, 10,000 reviews, so they're like 8 figures, multi-8-figure company for sure. And what I like about them is that they basically built a community that is 30,000 members. Just imagine how hot and active this community is. And if you can see it here, let's just see 26 posts just today, right? And it was created 8 years ago. So this is amazing. This is the power of community. What you can do when you build a community is actually this. Let me show you again. Is that you can build a process where when you get traffic, people go to your website, and instead of just doing an opt-in, right, where you say 10% off, you can still do the opt-in, but you can also have a call to action to say, hey, get access to your 10% coupon code, but also get access to our VIP community that is only reserved to VIP customers, where you get a bunch of value because you essentially join a group or a family that is just like you, that is into beards. In fact, if you actually go over here, which I really love, as I go and answer the questions, they basically ask you, you must answer all the questions if you wish to be added to the Brotherhood. Do you have a beard, right? Do you have a beard picture visible on your profile picture, right? Because they will literally vet you. I love this so much. And so they have this like small qualification process, which is, makes it even more exclusive if you think about it. And I love this so much about what they're doing over here, and it's really working well. So instead of the pop-up, just 10% off, 10% off your first order plus join our VIP customer Facebook community or whatever you want to do. You can also do it on School. I love School by Alex Ramosi because they're also adding elements where you can upsell people within the School community. So you can actually have them pay eventually or process payments through there, which I love. But either way, you can do the same thing with communities, and you can do 4 different things on the community. You can engage with people, create a community where people are just sharing like 26 posts every single day. They're talking about their beards, they're sharing all of these things. And when you create an engaged community, it's game over. Like these people it will be a culture for them to read through their Facebook group, read through the comments, get value from the community, right? Which is my next thing here, share value. They will be able to share value with each other. You as a founder can also have somebody on your team to share beard value or beard tips. It doesn't have to be with your products, but like steps, 7 steps to decrease your beard, moisturize your beard. I'm not a beard expert here, but you get what I mean here. And then you can also do VIP discounts just for that group. So once a week, or once every 2 weeks, or once a month, whenever you decide, you can run like special deals that like run off. So you can run polls, and you can do like something like, okay, the first 100 people that like and subscribe, or comment get $50 off or something like that. And so people just go crazy, and it becomes like a cool, like kind of like engagement opportunity. And then what I've actually seen work very well, which I haven't seen a lot of people do, is live sales. So you can do live videos where you literally pitch the product and just have a conversation, and you do like super special deals where you basically showcase your product and say, hey, we're actually promoting for the next batch of people products like this for 30% off, and here's the code, right? And then you have like a conversation about beer. Of course, the topic of the video would probably most likely be something about, let's huddle, let's talk about beers, let's talk about things related to your niche. And then for the people that join the live, you can have like some special offer, and you will be amazed by within 30,000 people, you will have people join the calls, and you can expect like 300, 500 members join, and then people are just raising their hand trying to be part of this live, and engaged with you as the founder or somebody within the community or the company. And then you can actually host live. I've actually known somebody that literally has like a collection of products, and they host lives once a week, and they make thousands of dollars weekly just from these live kind of like, I'm not sure how to call them, like live video Facebook group calls, where you go live, literally like Instagram live, you just do it on Facebook, and then people engage with you and buy from you there because you're giving special deals out, right? And so super interesting take. Hopefully you got some value from this video, but building a community is super important, because if you can foster the community, provide value, this is automatically going to allow you to increase the lifetime value of a customer. And if you do that, once again, you can spend more on the front end and be way more profitable and outcompete all of your competitors out there. Okay, hopefully you got some value from this video. I did cover several topics all at once. Let me know if you have any specific questions about what I shared. Let me see if I have something else to share over here. I think I don't. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. You got some value from it. Let me know if you have other suggestions for other video. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, and refer a friend. Why not? If you have some friends that are getting into e-commerce or already have a brand, refer them to my channel. It would be really appreciated. Of course, if you want to, if you feel like this is valuable. And then hopefully they enjoy the view as well. Okay? That's it for this video. See you in the next one. Bye.